Welcome to this week's Smackdown Recap. As always in these recap videos, we go over everything you need to know about this important episode of WWE. I give my thoughts on the show, and throughout the show, I list every important thing that you are going to need to know. And at the end of the video, or any point in the video, you guys go to the comment section, leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, before we get anywhere into the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and go follow the socials. The links to those are in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Doing all that helps me out a ton, but now, let's get right on into this week's Smackdown Recap. Alright, man, we started off very interesting with this episode of Smackdown. So we start off with it's not R-Truth, we start off with Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar comes out, he doesn't get to say anything until R-Truth interrupts him. R-Truth does his entrance, doing the thing, what's up, and doing all that, gets to the ring, and he says that he wants to be the first wrestler in front of everybody to welcome Brock Lesnar back. So he does that, and then Brock Lesnar asks, "Who the hell are you?" He says, "I'm R-Truth. He says that he's Cena's younger brother, and Cena's obviously his older brother. So you kind of see where this is going here. This was a very comedic opener, and I was not expecting this. So very, very comedic opener. So R-Truth says that, but really throughout the whole segment is just Brock Lesnar asking who the hell R-Truth is, pretty much, acting like he doesn't know who he is, and eventually R-Truth calls himself Ron Cena. So I mean, throughout this entire segment, very comedic, and it gets even more comedic at the end. So eventually Brock Lesnar tells R-Truth, "Hey, I think you're missing a tooth." R-Truth drops the mic, checks his tooth, and he doesn't even, and nothing's, obviously he's not missing a tooth, and then frickin' Brock Lesnar picks him up F5, but it's not over there, bro. Frickin' Brock Lesnar rips his pants doing an F5, and you see this man's blue underwear. So, bro, I mean, man, I was honestly hoping for something a little bit more serious, considering the WrestlePalooza. I mean, it's right around the corner, and we're getting stuff with this for Brock Lesnar. But honestly, this was very funny, so I guess I'll take it. But man, very freaking funny, dude. I can't lie. And honestly, I would recommend going back and watching this segment if you have not already, because of just how funny it was. But Brock Lesnar, I got one question for you, bro. Fruit of the Loom or Haynes? Alright, and now we jumped into a banger of a freaking match, man. We jumped into Sami Zayn versus Rey Fenix for the U.S. title. Obviously, this is Sami's second defense in the Sami Zayn U.S. title open challenge, man. All I gotta say is if we're going to continue to see this week after week, I am all here for it, man, because this match was awesome, man. And if we see this week after week on SmackDown, man, that's just banger after banger every freaking week consistently. This match, man, was absolutely insane. Great back and forth, man, and really, I feel like the main goal of this match was really trying to elevate a guy like Rey Fenix, and I think that this match did just that, and like I said, I think that was the main point of this match, and if it did just that, man, I think for that reason, this match is absolutely freaking awesome. It was such a banger, great back and forth. Yes, it was overkill, but it was overkill for a damn good reason, man, and I mean, we've seen actually a good amount of overkill from WWE recently, but man, it has all been for a great reason, and this was yet another example of that, man. So what a great match. Obviously, though, Rey Fenix does end up losing here. Sami Zayn obviously does retain, but man, if we see this week after week with Sami Zayn in this U.S. title open challenge, holy, it can get really freaking good, man. We had a banger of a match between him and Cena, and tonight was no different, man. It was a freaking damn good match. It might have even been better, or at least on par with that Cena match that we saw last week on SmackDown with Sami and Cena. But man, great match, and like I said, Sami does retain here. Alright, now he jumped into what was supposed to be a match between B-Fab and Julia, turned into just a brawl. Just a brawl. It turned in with Kiana James and Julia just attacking B-Fab before the match. We've kind of seen this before, what they did with Michin basically, but they did it to B-Fab this time. And then inevitably B-Fab got back up from Michin. Michin came out to help, and then Michin and B-Fab stood tall. I mean, that's really all you got to know, man. And I honestly, this feud is really just dirt dry, and I could honestly care less. And I feel like most people feel the same here. So I'm going to just cut it off here and say, I really could care less, and that's all you gotta know. Alright, and now we jumped into Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's WWE Championship. And this match ended exactly how I really wanted it to, man. It ended with Tiffany Stratton still being our champion. Now, I want to say, I've said it before, and I'm going to continue to keep saying it, man. I understand that WWE is most likely going to go with Jade Cargill being the champion at some point in the very near future. But for the time being, man, I really want Tiffany to hold this title as long as she can, man. I really enjoyed Tiffany's reign, and honestly, I just really don't want to see Jade as champion. I just know that is where WWE will go eventually. But as far as tonight's match goes, it was a good match, man. Just like their SummerSlam match, this match was also a banger. But inevitably, it did lead to where they were on the outside of the ring. Tiffany Stratton tries to go for a moonsault off the top rope to Jade Cargill on the outside of the ring. Jade moves, and then inevitably Jade Cargill spears Tiffany Stratton into the barricade, and when that happens, that is when the referee gets to that count of 10, and then after that, we do see Nia Jax come out, and she just flattens both Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, and then that is really the end of it there. But like I said, man, it's where I continue to stand, is I really want Tiffany to hold this as long as she can, and like I said, I really am not one of those people that advocates for Jade Cargill to be a champion as soon as possible. I'm really not. I know it's going to happen, I just really don't want it to. It's really all I'm going to say. I mean, I get Jade Cargill can be good in the ring. I just don't really care for her personally. It's just really I just don't care for her. It's just that one of those things. But like I said, man, that is really just where I stand here. And like I said, I'm glad Tiffany is still our champion tonight. Alright, and we have now made it to our main event, and it was an absolute banger between McIntyre and Randy Orton, man. What a banger of a freaking match between these two, just as we would expect. This match was great. In the end, Randy Orton tried to go for a punt kick. That did not work out. McIntyre was able to land a Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. McIntyre still wants to beat up Randy Orton. He goes to the outside, and he wants to do to Randy what he did to Cody Rhodes when he Claymore kicked him through that announcer's table. When he tries to do it, though, nope. Cody Rhodes comes back, and he takes down McIntyre and makes the big announcement that at WrestlePalooza, it will be Cody Rhodes, it will be McIntyre, and it will be for the championship. So, man, that is going to be a banger of a match, but this match in specifically was a great freaking match. We even got to see some blood from Randy Orton, man, so I think that was pretty freaking cool. But what a overall great freaking match that we had here in our main event tonight on SmackDown. Alright, everybody, we have now reached the end of the video. I do hope you guys did enjoy. As always, be sure to leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. As far as this episode of SmackDown, man, this was a solid and great episode of SmackDown, in my opinion. We had a Cody Rhodes return. We had McIntyre versus Orton. We had Jade versus Tiffany. And we even had that Rey Fenix versus Sami Zayn. Those were all freaking bangers. So great freaking matches tonight on SmackDown, which made this SmackDown great, in my opinion. But as always, like I said, leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. And before we get out of here, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and go follow the socials. The links to those are in the description of this video. And as always, I do hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.